wobbly. I just keep it stuck in a pocket in my bag. But anyway, no heat call. No heat call. Train package unit. Thought I was on a streak there. Finally getting to work on something other than train all the damn time. It's actually a nice break. But we're sitting in front of another train. Oh. Let's see. So this one is a 2016 train package unit. And it is a gas package unit. So the thermostat is on. And we're set to 74, 68 in the house. So okay, are we getting a fault code anywhere? So our status light. Only one I see is that one that's solid green. And is this the continuous on normal? So let's see. And that came right apart. All I did was go to pull it out to take the wire nut off of it. And our wire right there came apart. So while I've got it apart, let's make sure we're getting 24 volts. And we are, if you can see that or not, but I go from ground to that wire right there, 28 volts. So maybe, see if that little piece of copper wire broke off inside this wire nut or something. I don't know. No. And see what happens when we put it together. Oh my goodness, it comes right on. We'll let it fire off and see what happens. And there's a 2-stage high and low. We will wait for our delay, make sure our blower comes on. Which I just hook up right there. And it should get the amp draw when the blower motor comes on. Hold on, that's not it. It's back here. Those are my compressor wires. Roughly, just heard a click, and our amp draw is starting to go up. And our blower motor is ramping up, and we have airflow, and we have heat on a unit that they said was working perfectly fine until the maintenance was done yesterday. And yes, we did the maintenance, and you got to be careful. This is a lesson that when you're coming over here or you're doing a maintenance, you're going to use jumpers and jump things out. You got to put the wire nuts back on tight, make sure they're on there secure. We've got a good connection. good possibility we will be back the very next day for a no heating call. I was thinking maybe we left the gas turned off over there. A lot of the guys will come out, and they're hooking up to check the gas pressures. They'll turn that off. Because we tell them, do not turn the switch off on this gas valve, because there's a 50% chance that when you cut it back on, it doesn't come back on. The switch on these gas valves is a piece of junk. But we usually just turn the shut off, hook up to the gas valve, turn it back on, check our gas pressures that way. Two-stage unit. Rather than wait for the thermostat, we probably took the wire nuts off and jumped it out to get it to go into second stage. You can do a test mode from the thermostat to get around that. Yep, just went up into second stage. So I know our second stage gas works. So a lot of the guys will just kind of jumper it out and get things running. Let me make sure I put it back on there tight. You have to be careful with these thermostat wires. I'm using these little blue wire nuts. I like these because they're smaller, they're easier to get back in. You got to get the wires in these little tight compartments. But sometimes if your thermostat wire is sticking out too far, these little blue wire nuts won't tighten all the way down. The thermostat wire will stick in the end of it and won't let it continue to lock on. So what I typically do is I would just cut a little bit off the end, so I can get that thermostat or that wire nut on there real good and secure and snug. See how this one's got a thermostat wire right there, kind of sticks out a little bit. It'll bottom out in your wire nut, and it won't let it keep continuing to go down and tighten. And also, whenever I put thermostat wire for a wire nut, and when I twist my wires before I put this on, if you just lay them together, you can put that wire nut back on, and it'll push the thermostat wire back out and actually won't secure to it, and it'll come loose. So be careful when you're putting your connections back together. You're going to jump something out to get it to run. So easy peasy, no big deal. We're transitioning from heating or from air conditioning to starting to do our cooling maintenances. Usually you get these little hiccups. You guys have been so used to working on air conditioning for the last 6 months, and then you start throwing in heating maintenances and heating services, and they're still in that kind of air conditioning frame of mind. You got to kind of get adjusted and pay attention to what you're doing. It happens, but easy fix. And, no harm done, no foul. We all make mistakes. It happens. Now, if he does this 7, 8, 9 more times, we're going to have a problem. But we just started working our heating maintenances into the schedule about 2 weeks ago. They were kind of dabbled. Now pretty much the day's full for everybody except some of the designated service guys. We're set for maintenance all day long. Things have slowed down. We got about 3,800 contract customers with our maintenance plan. So we have a lot of them to get done. So it keeps our guys busy in the spring and the fall. They don't get those 20-hour weeks, 22-hour weeks. There's nothing for you to do weeks. You get the 40 hours doing maintenance, 35 hours. So we rotate it throughout the week. Sometimes if you'll go home a little early one day, and if you'll go home early another day, give them a break from the long summer, and then it gets cold and no heating calls start coming. So it is what it is. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and have a good day.